Hello and welcome. This is Japan, and this is supposed to be what my favorite male wrestler. This could go either way. This could piss off some people, I guess, because I'm just basing it off of my own personal opinion. So, um, it's not necessarily who's the best wrestler. I guess it's just who I enjoy watching and who I enjoy seeing out there. I guess. First up, we got God. Why did Hangman Adam Page? I don't know why I immediately forgot his name. I like Hangman. I like him with the Elite when he was with him. I think I'll put him middle of the road for the time being. I don't really know my scale of where everybody goes because I try to keep all of these even if you're new around here. So I try to keep as many as the same number in all of them. So uh, I'll put him in the middle for the time being. AJ Styles. Styles is a great wrestler. I don't know if I've ever really liked him. I think I remember seeing him originally in TNA, and most of his WWE run I just haven't really vibed with. I'm gonna put C. I still think he's a phenomenal talent, and I like watching him, but I don't know, just not been there for me yet. I guess Braun Breaker's great. He's gonna be future multiple world heavyweight champion or champion in general. Um, I think at the beginning, right, or like right now, I don't think we have a lot to go on other than his NXT time. So I'm gonna put him in B. I mean, there's still a lot that he's got to give us, but I do watch. I enjoy watching him and stuff. Next up, we have what is I forget his AEW name. I only know him as Cesaro. Um, right? Or am I just getting his name wrong? Now it sounds completely foreign. Yeah, I like the way he grabs a guy and spins around and around. I've never really enjoyed him that much though. I've never really liked his character. I think he's great. It's again like I think he's a phenomenal wrestler, but I don't think he's like my cup of tea as a wrestler. Nothing wrong with that, but I'm gonna put him in C. Carmelo is him. I'll probably put him exactly with Braun Breaker. He's exciting to watch, but because we don't have a ton, like a lot of big sample size, that's all I can put him is in the middle. Christian's a weird one because I've mentioned it before. I didn't really like Christian and Edge when they were, Christian and Edge back way back in the Attitude Era. I like his current character a lot better. I'm gonna put him in C though because it's just I think overall he's just not one of my favorite guys. I don't think there's anything wrong. I think he's great on the mic and I think he's overall there. Next up, CM Punk. I enjoyed CM Punk in AEW. I enjoyed him now. All you coming back. I didn't really see a lot of him when he first started and when like the Summer of Punk. I don't think that was when I was watching wrestling, unfortunately. And I've watched old stuff. And altogether, I think he's kind of the complete package. I'll put him in A. Me personally, I like other guys more than him. I don't think there's anything wrong with him, and I'm really excited to see what he's going to do with the rest of his WWE run. Cody Rhodes is probably my current favorite wrestler. I'm gonna have to put him in A. I think I've liked him. I liked him when he was Stardust. Liked him when he was dashing Cody Rhodes. Um, I think overall Cody's great. Brian Danielson or Daniel Bryan, either which way you want to call him. I never was a big fan of him. I think like he's definitely that like underdog a lot of the times, but just never really got behind any of it. I'm gonna have to put him in D. Again, another great wrestler. A lot of people like his character. It's just not my thing. Same thing with Dolph Ziggler. I mean, nickname if now. Just I never liked him. And I think that's what he was going for. Just never liked him though. So that's where it goes. Drew McIntyre. I think his current run is pretty good. I think that he's when he was a baby face or a face or whatever. I never really liked him. Like he was just kind of a normal good guy. So I like that he's gotten a lot more depth to his character. I'm gonna have to put him in C for the time being because it's still very soon into that, and we're gonna see where he goes with that. But I think altogether that's how we do it just based off of how I like him. Wrestling wise, he's much higher. LA Knight, I like his gimmick. I like what he's been doing. Again, put him in the middle because we haven't really seen the longevity of how this is going to work and how it's going to play out. He still has not gotten to pay dirt, Then we got I forget his full name, but I know it's like Vicino. It really honestly I need to know better. Is absolutely some of his matches are just absolutely insane what he can do. He's an S tier wrestler for me, even though I'm gonna butcher his name, so I'm just gonna refrain. I can do it at some other point and learn, but for sure. Just if you look at his matches, is an S tier wrestler. Ilya Dragunov, I got to put him with the young guys too. Hey, what he's done in NXT is great. I'm very excited to see what he does in the main roster. But until we see how that plays out, because we've had other people like that, I can only put him middle of the road, and they might slide a little bit when we start thinking hashing these out. It's just because like I like his character, I like what he's doing, but we don't know what he's going to be like in the main roster, and that's a big thing. Next up, we got Jay White. I like Jay White in Bullet Club. And like I like his finisher with the hidden switchblade. Yeah, hidden switchblade. AEW, I just haven't liked his run. Unfortunately, I don't like anything they've really done with him. So I think it's kind of he gets a lot of points taken down from that. Nothing against him. It's just how they're booking him and his story. Jey Uso, I think the character that development that he had from being, kind of in the background with Roman and stuff, and having the phenomenal tag team to his solo run has been great. I'm gonna put him in A. I like Jay a lot. John Moxley or Dean Ambrose. If you add both of them, together, especially, I think he is phenomenal. And I liked Dean. He was one of my favorites in the Shield when it was just he was my favorite out of the three. It's gonna go in S tier because it just makes sense. Okada is an interesting one because if I just go off of all of his stuff in Japan, I think he'd be way higher. But he's very new to AEW, and I don't like exactly what he's doing. I don't think it's going to be a bad thing. I think he's really going to fit into that, and whatever they're building, I think eventually will be good. But right now, it's kind of annoying. So I'm gonna have to put him in A because I just don't really like his character right now. I think it's going to get better though. I really do. I think it's just going to be one of those things for a little bit more time. Kenny Omega is just amazing. Great in matches, great gimmicks, great finisher, everything. I love to see it. Love it. I think he's a decent person outside of the ring. Like seen him in interviews. Um, it's God. I don't remember why. Why am I blanking on his name now? I know his last name, but I'm trying to think of his first name. Is it Kun? Is Kun? God, I'm so bad with names sometimes when I know how to pronounce them, know how to do that. Then I go record, and then I'm like, uh. Either way, never really liked his character. Nothing against him. I think he's a great wrestler, but just don't like the characters that he portrays on there. So D. Logan Paul is another one of those examples. I think he's been great with wrestling. A lot of people don't like him outside of it, and I don't like him outside of the ring. I think in the ring, he's a phenomenal wrestler. I don't like him in the ring. Like I don't like his character. So it's gonna be D for me because I hate the cowardly heel type. But he's obviously has some talent. So I don't think he should be a face for sure. But I think there could have been. I think putting him around a faction that cheats instead of like him just cheating all the time might be a little bit better. But we'll see. MGF, I think his last title run and with the whole Devil thing, I think all of that was great. I think with injury and all that, I think it just kind of fumbled the bag. I just realized is Adam Cole not even on this? These lists are weird because it's like some guys I would just immediately assume would be on like a all time list, but these obviously don't have one. But MGF, I liked everything that they did with him recently. I'll put him in A. I wouldn't quite put him in the S because we need more time to see what else he has. I didn't really watch AEW when he was with Cody and all that. Yeah, I was still getting back into wrestling, and WWE was still hard enough to get into. But now that I have a lot of more time and a lot more, doing content around it, I've been trying to watch more and more. Um, so maybe if you guys, any of these people too, if you have matches that you could suggest, put them down in the comments. I'd love to watch more matches, especially of like older stuff that from a couple of years ago where I might have missed out, maybe missing some of the allure of some of the people that are lower, or even on the top, just do that type of thing. And maybe we'll do some type of Discord watch at some point or match review thing. I don't know. Next up is Orange Cassidy. I like his gimmick. I think it has its limitations, but I think his character is pretty cool. I'm gonna have to put him in. I'll put him in C for now. I feel like he could definitely go lower. I like the character a lot and I like him, but it's just I don't think there's gonna be a large amount of time that he can do that. Next up is Penta. Uh, just absolute phenomenal wrestler. Uh, some of the stuff he does is absolutely insane, and that wow factor. I got to put him up in B. I don't know a lot. Like, I definitely would love to need to watch more matches of him. Everything I've seen, I've really liked. I just don't know much of his character and all that type of stuff. And I don't know if AEW doesn't really get to that. Because I know AEW struggles, at least in my eyes, sometimes certain characters don't really get developed. They just have phenomenal matches, which is nothing wrong with that, but I like having a little bit of character growth and stuff on that. Randy Orton with being the legend killer and all that was just a phenomenal character. I never really liked Randy Orton, to be honest. Like, just his character. I think he plays his character phenomenally well, and I think that's what makes people not like him. But he's definitely come around, and when I think about it in the whole of just him being a great character, he is. And today, it would be higher if I liked a lot of the stuff he did. It's just he did so good that I'm putting him lower. Roderick Strong. I never watched him when he was in Black and Gold NXT, so I can't really basing it off of just the AEW stuff. I didn't like when he just had the neck brace and all that. Those little stories with him and Adam Cole were just kind of annoying on my end. I think he's getting more with the whole Kingdom or Undisputed Kingdom that they're doing, but just for me, not really my cup of tea. Next up is Roman Reigns. I liked him when he was in the Shield. You know, I definitely was probably my least favorite member in the Shield, but like that whole group was really good when it was out. Obviously, as a tribal chief, he's done a lot. Depending on how whatever you feel on his title run, I think overall he's still really good. He's a really good character work. I'm gonna put him in A tier. He's just still. I think this last year of his title reign has made me not like him as much. It's nothing against him, depending on what he wanted to do with the story. I just feel like the title kind of got captive with him needing just a few more matches. I think if we would have saw him like two more times, like two more premium live events, I think that would have done major things for everybody in the case. I think just not seeing him and not seeing him just on a weekly basis of just doing something, even if it's just a promo, could kind of cut. And it really helped boost SmackDown's ratings when he was on there. But I think just kind of keeping him kind of hidden and not used kind of sucked. And I think it kind of made the Bloodline stall out a little bit. They kind of ramped it up with all the other characters and all the other people in it. But, you know, overall, that's how I feel. I mean, it's A tier. It's still great. Samoa Joe, I think he's badass. Never really liked his character, though. Um, it's just she's just not my type of wrestler that I like. Seth Rollins always really liked. His last title run with this world heavyweight title has been great. I liked his stuff before that, you know, between like him and the U.S. title and all that. S tier for me. Another one that's S tier is Swerve. I'm so glad he's the AEW champion. It was well deserved. What the best theme song in the game, I think. I have multiple clips in other games where I've put his theme song in the game with mods and stuff because I don't know. It's just a good time listening to it. S tier for me. I think he's phenomenal. I really want to see how his title reign goes. It could definitely go up in flames, but at the moment, that's what it is. We got five wrestlers left and five spots, so this could be interesting. We might have to move some people. Next up, Sheamus. I like Sheamus and what he does like on YouTube. His character right now currently is in a good place, but in the past, especially growing up, I really didn't like him. He's great in the ring, but just not a character I like that much. I'm gonna put him in C for the time being. Next up is Trick Williams. I think Trick is another one with a lot of the young guys. I just think they were great what they've done in NXT, but because we haven't had a long time with them, we'll just kind of put them in B. Because I can't say I hate Trick or I really really like Trick because there's not a lot to put into it. I think he's definitely trending up. I think I used to like Mello a lot, and I think Trick's starting to kind of edge him out. But you know, once Mello's on this main roster, it could be completely different. Gunter. Gunter, like his character a lot. What? Uh, I don't know what I was thinking. I was counting something different, nor my crazy random thing. Um, just great inward work. I feel like I'm gonna have to move some people around because I feel that altogether like I feel like his title reign was amazing. So it's like I think he was great. I liked him a lot in that title reign. I'm gonna have to put him in A. I feel like I might need some space somewhere else. I'm trying to think of anybody in this B tier that could kind of go up. It's just like a wrestler I like. I think I would be fine with MGF going up because I see Will Offspring and I see Cardona, so like stuff can change. I need a little bit more towards the bottom because I feel like I'm a little bit better on the top. Um, Let's see. Out of these guys, who would I drop down at least not being my favorite? If I looked at all of them, it probably would be Cesaro. Um, I'd probably move. I don't want to move Penta down, but I like really don't know much about Penta's character in general. I think that would be fine. Um, yeah, I think Will Ospreay I liked a lot. I kind of even recently with his like promo that he really like dissed the WWE. I kind of didn't like that. I think in general his character work is kind of his weakest part. His wrestling is amazing, and he puts a banger after banger after banger. So he should definitely be up higher. But I'm putting her in B because I just think his character in general is not anything I vibe with. Um, but we'll see how this AEW run goes. I think him and Okada being in this AEW could really define them and really show the versatility that they have because obviously they've done so much stuff already, but being in this big promotion could change it up. Next up would be Matt Cardona, which used to be Zack Ryder. If it goes off to Zack Ryder, he'd definitely be D. Matt Cardona now, from what I've seen in interviews and what he does in the indie scene, he's just the grind master. He does everything that needs to be done to put himself out there, and I enjoy it quite a bit. Unfortunately, he just recently, I think, got injured, so that kind of part sucks. But I think he's still going to be on to some better things, and hopefully he does get a WWE return. I think him coming back to the WWE would be phenomenal as long as they just gave him his gimmick that he is now and not all any of his old stuff. And that's my list. Tell me what I got wrong. I guess it's my opinion, so it's gonna be skewed, but this is who I think is the best wrestlers. Like at least who my favorite wrestlers are. Not really the best, but who are who are your guys' favorite and who did we miss? Because I feel like there's not really many legends in here, so it kind of makes it easier on some of these guys. But other guys I know that are great wrestlers are towards the bottom, so that might kind of be upset for some people. But we'll see. Bye, guys.